You want to know more or less the work we do?
Yes.
MDM. I don't know. Médecins du Monde, people get confused between Médecins du Monde, Médecins sans frontières. Is it the same? It's not the same. Yeah, it is the same and it's not the same. Our budget is like half the budget of Doctors Without Borders. So, and they work mainly in emergencies. And emergencies are very expensive. So, since we have not so much money, we work less in emergencies and we work more in development projects. We can start working in an emergency like Haiti, but Haiti we started working there also because we were already present in Haiti. Not every time there is an emergency we're going to take a helicopter and go at the other end of the world because it's very expensive and because maybe there is no need for us to be there because there might be others already working there. So it's mainly development projects. Internationally and nationally. That's another difference with, for instance, Doctors Without Borders. They work more internationally and we have many, I'll show you later, but the department of what they call here Mission France, which is French projects, is very, very big. Historically is a major part of Médecins du Monde. They've been doing loads of advocacy work in France to get, for instance, the AME, and they work very hard and they have good reputation in France for, because they, how to say, the reputation in France is very good because they've been working in France for since the beginning, since the 80s. So they know perfectly well populations, marginalized populations in France, and so when there is some advocacy work to push for a law to be approved or not, or to push for a law not to be approved, but they usually, and Médecins du Monde is usually listened to. Not always manage to get what they want, but so they, you know, in advocacy work in France is very, very important, and that's the department of Mission France who does that. And so, like I said, the main populations we work with in France and in national projects in general, because it can be national projects that MDM Spain does in Spain and implements in Spain, or Sweden in Sweden, is prostitution, is immigrant, loads of loads of work with undocumented migrants who have, especially in France, no access to always from the medical point of view, access to healthcare. So immigrants, undocumented migrants, prostitution, drug users, and always from a perspective of harm reduction. The same with prostitution, harm reduction. So distribution of condoms, distribution of all sorts of products that are necessary to harm reduction. And what else? That's mainly. Yeah, with homeless people, loads of psychological work with homeless people. That's in France. Then internationally speaking, is the main axes of work are, depending on the country, but loads of work with street children, HIV and drug use, against human trafficking in countries like Moldavia. What else? Let me check in the more. Yeah, loads of. But we're starting to work more and more in environmental health. It's getting more and more. Even though we're definitely not experts in that field, and other organizations know more than we do, but we're trying to work in that direction. Yes, maternal health and reproductive and sexual health. That's also in South America. Many